Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. A few days ago, I looked at a little stack of Superman titles from the 1970s. And this time I want to take a look at several Superman issues of various Superman titles from the 80s plus a little bit. They're primarily from the 80s. Now, and that this bridges the end of the Bronze Age and the early part of the Copper Age of comics. And that's right in there. The 70s and 80s is the time I like best for the Superman titles. And Superman is probably my favorite comic book originating or my favorite superhero, and I probably have more issues of Superman books than anything else other than Tarzan and related books. So then it's probably Batman coming a close second after that. And I know a lot of people don't care for Superman anymore, the big blue Boy Scout, etc. I've liked him in every era. I just don't read much of the current stuff for the past 25 years, just because it's too damned expensive. And I also don't like not thrilled with the storytelling technique. Too many issues to tell a story. I can see 2, maybe 3 issues for a complete story occasionally, but I prefer the 1 or 2 issue storylines. With maybe some subplots that carry over. But there seems to be no real jumping on point anymore, and DC has rebooted the universe so much, so many times. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. But if I were going to get any on a regular basis, get any of the new superhero titles, it would undoubtedly be Superman. But so first off, I'm going to look at this one. This is one that should have been in the last batch from the 70s, because this is Superman number 311 from 1977, with guest starring The Flash. Not sure. Yeah, this is Jose Garcia Lopez did the pencils, and Bob Oxner did the inks on this cover. Ooh, some kind of disease. And here's the interior is Kurt Swan and Frank Springer, written by Martin Pasco. Oh, and this villain of whatever he is using Flash as a bat. Whack. Oh, that's gotta hurt Flash more than Soups. And of course, this was a continuing storyline, I think. I think I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read it, but I think it goes back in after the first couple pages, and then we get the beginning. So then here we go to Action Comics number 515, and those are the high numbers we just don't see anymore, and aren't likely to see again, because they reboot the titles too often. See who did this one. I don't don't see a signature anywhere. Oh, Rich Buckler and Dick Giordano did this cover. It is Plus, Action Plus with The Atom, so it has an Atom backup story. And this is with Vandal Savage. It said, "This is my world and you're welcome to it." Written by Marv Wolfman. Kurt Swan, yeah, still the best Superman artist of all time as far as I am concerned. Oh, look at this. Cool robots. Of course. Ads. Ads everywhere. Too many ads. Love this. Oh, it has Vandal Savage. He's a time-hopping and an immortal villain. Then we have Action Comics number 518, not too long after that. Spacemen have come to Earth for the strangest reason imaginable. Great, Krypton. What would those aliens want to steal it? Or why would those aliens want to steal a huge dam? Also plus, Action Plus with Aquaman. So there's an Aquaman backup story. As Don Heck doing the artwork on the Aquaman story. And still Kurt Swan. Yeah, Kurt Swan was a long-time Superman artist. And I think the last Superman stuff I remember that I am aware of that he did, Kurt Swan did, he may have, and I don't remember it or not aware of it, was in action, the storyline, Superman storyline they had in Action Comics Weekly. And I don't know if they ever completed or at least ever reprinted that. They probably did someplace. I just haven't seen it. And this was from 1981, as was the previous issue, 1981. So we are in the 80s. Oh, okay, here we go. Superman presents the Krypton Chronicles. This is issue 2 and issue 3. I've got issue 1 someplace else. Was a 3-issue miniseries, one of the first, if not the first, miniseries from as such from DC Comics. Let's see, Kurt Swan, penciler, E. Nelson Bridwell, and this is from still 1981, so he did a lot of work. This is book 2. It's recounting a bunch of the history of Krypton, which has played a part later in some later comics or other comic stories, and I think also played a part in the short-lived Krypton TV series to some extent. That's still Kurt Swan. This one's even got Supergirl in it. Yay. I can't remember. Oh, this is neat. Superman family tree. Kal-El family tree going through Kryptonian history. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that one. And then here we have another one. This is from 1985, shortly before just a year or so before the Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is from a 4-part miniseries of Superman: The Secret Years, and I think I've got the whole series elsewhere, but I'm not positive. This has got a rare cover drawn by Frank Miller, and it's a cool one. The Secret Years, number 1, 1985, and this is Kurt Swan again. Wow, he's just almost everywhere. Well, it is Superman. Kurt Swan and Kurt Schaffenberger doing the inks. So wow, last time I mentioned them working together, and that was a rarity. This is still a rarity because they were 2 artists very closely associated with the Superman titles, and then here they are working together. And of course, this is involving the pre-Crisis Superman and talking about him after his days as Superboy, or when he this is when he was in college, when he was in that transition period from Superboy to Superman. 4-issue miniseries. Then we have Superman number 404 from 1985. And any idea who? Let's see if I can make that out. Oh, Ernesto Barreto did the cover. It said GBS News Special, 13 years after Super, and they kind of, so it's after Superboy, as I recall it. Wonder whatever became of him. Here's Clark Kent with married to Lana Lang, and they have a little red-headed baby. And this one is written by Paul Cooperberg with pencils by Carmine Infantino. And Bob Oxner doing the inks. And this is, I think Oxner's inks did really helped the Infantino's pencils, because this is in that period of Infantino's art that I just did not care for. He was great. Don't get me wrong, and he was great at visual storytelling and fine draftsman. But from about 1980 on, I just did not care for his style very much. So this is an alternate history. Born to be Superman, Chapter 1. Clark. Oh. Yeah, so an alternate history, and apparently it's for one reason or another, he is no longer Superman in this story. Okay, then we go to Superman, the Man of Steel, number 3. This is the 6-part miniseries by John Byrne, Dick Giordano, where John Byrne did the reboot of Superman, and I like this, and I really like this period of Superman from the reboot on through the 90s. And this is, in this story, this is where the retconned version of when Superman and Batman first met. Written and drawn by John Byrne, with, I think it was inks by Dick Giordano. Yeah, inks by Dick Giordano. One night in Gotham City. It was like one night in Bangkok. And it's up against the villainous Magpie. Ooh. And that was, what year was that? 86? Yeah, 86. Okay. Then, keeping with that version of Superman, this is from 1988. Golden Anniversary Issue. Action Comics number 600. Apparently, this was the first American comic book, to reach the number 600. When not too long after that, Batman did, Batman and/or Detective. Maybe Detective Comics made it first, because I think Detective was running before Action. I don't remember. It was close. But this, in any event, this is an historic issue, and it was in the year of Superman's 50th anniversary. So 80 giant pages. Oh, Superman, here it is. And it has several stories, all in continuity here. Superman's romance with Wonder Woman. Of course, the cover is designed after, like many of the giant issues from the 60s and 70s. Superman's stalemate with Lex Luthor. Superman's pals Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. Superman's conflict with the Man-Bat. Commemorating Superman's golden anniversary, 1938 to 1988. Wow. And that was, 32? No. 37 years ago. Oh my gosh. So how many more have been since then? And of course, the lead there's the lead story, Superman's 50th year, and it's just an alternate version of the cover, and it's Superman and Wonder Woman smoochy smoochy. This is before he latched on so closely to Lois Lane. He was looking for a more appropriate partner, and they come together, and no, it don't work. any potential romantic feelings? No. And this is written by John Byrne, drawn by George Perez, who, and this is, of course, is the reboot version, the George Perez reboot version of Wonder Woman. So this plays in to both a lot of the Superman mythos and the Wonder Woman mythos, all in this story. And here's another Lois Lane led story with plotted and penciled. No, just Byrne. John Byrne did the plot. Kurt Schaffenberger did the pencils, and Jerry Ordway did the inks. So we've got two great Superman artists, and I think Jerry Ordway's inks do a lot to help Schaffenberger's pencils look not quite so cartoonish. And they did a fine job there. It's ads. Jimmy Olsen story. This is Kurt Swan, still plotted by John Byrne, but scripted by Roger Stern. Kurt Swan and Murphy Anderson are the best Superman art team, doing the artwork. And then, it's got Mike Mignola. That's right, Mike Mignola doing this last story. Is that right? Yeah. Written by John Byrne, drawn by Mike Mignola, is Darkness Where Madness Lies. Or Dark Where Madness Lies. With Man-Bat. Okay. Then now we're going to skip a while. We're out of the 80s, but here we have Superman Adventures number 50 from the year 2000. It's considerably different. Someone I am unfamiliar with, Min S. Koo was the penciler, written by Jordan Gorfinkel. And of course, tied into the Superman the Animated Series, which I like, and I really liked the comics version too, because it was had to be a little tighter storytelling going on in those. Then we go to 2003's Superman in Action Comics, number 808 from 2003. And this one is Supergirl, but it was part of a Supergirl storyline that they were having, and I love that cover. I love that cover. And I don't know who did it. And it's written by, Hungry Ghosts, written by Joe Kelly, with pencils by Pasquale Ferry and Cam Smith doing the inks. And this is an Supergirl, the daughter of Superman and Lois Lane, from an alternative future timeline. So that's why she looks different. And is a fun story, as I recall. It's been many years since I've read it. So, and I love that cover. So that's all I have to share with you this time. Ooh, that took a lot longer than I had intended. But a bunch of Superman-oriented comics, mostly from the 80s. So I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of any or all of these. And, let me get that a little further apart. And remember, comics are art.